800-978-4812. That's 800-978-4812.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Here's important new information from the Diabetes Solution Center for you, a family member, or a loved one suffering with diabetes. If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to receive your diabetic testing supplies now with little or no out-of-pocket cost, regardless of your age. All you need is Medicare or private insurance to be potentially eligible. Call the Diabetes Solution Center right now for details. Just takes a couple of minutes. Our friendly, knowledgeable agents will give you free, no-obligation information, handle all the insurance paperwork, and make sure your supplies are delivered directly to your door for free.
Call U.S. Medical Supply 24 hours a day. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. 800-597-9323. Call right now. 800-597-9323.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
To be wild.
Well, adventurers and thrill seekers, welcome aboard the wackiest ride on the airwaves. This is Ryan Prigmore with Texas Wild, Blue Diver Search and Recovery, where we dive headfirst into the wild and unpredictable world of exploration. I'm your intrepid guide through the jungles of jokes and the mountains of mischief. And if you're ready to embark on a journey of laughter and ludicrous escapades, then buckle up, because things are about to get wilder than a safari with a stampede of caffeinated ostriches. So sit back, relax, and get ready for an adventure so epic even Indiana Jones would raise an eyebrow in envy. Let's get this show on the road, folks, because the only thing more unpredictable than our adventures is my ability to stay on topic. Diana, welcome back to the studio this week.
Hello.
I was sick last week. I couldn't have a conversation for longer than 7 seconds before I started coughing. So,
nope, you weren't feeling well at all.
Had to take the week off.
Sometimes it happens.
Tonight, we are getting wild. We're getting live and wild with Texas Wild. We're talking about different ideas for doing live remote shows. Hey, Eric, how you doing, bud? Glad to see you on tonight. I don't know about always having a way with words. It's only something I've developed recently. But tonight's topic, and speaking of topics, we're delving into the mysterious realm of finding the lost socks in the laundry. Yes, folks, we're tackling the most perilous expedition known to mankind, the quest for the missing sock. So strap on your magnifying glasses and grab your clothespins, because we're about to embark on a journey that will make Sherlock Holmes look like a lost tourist asking for directions. So stick around, because by the end of this hour, we might just uncover the truth behind the great sock conspiracy. Adventure awaits, my friends, and it smells suspiciously like fabric softener. Ha! Well, think about that.
A lot of fun.
Tonight, we're talking about different live remote ideas that we can do this summer.
And socks.
And socks, that's right. Because I'm running out. I happen to be wearing two mismatched socks. One's purple, one's green. No, really, they're both gray. But they don't
Don't match, though. Mine are purposely
They don't
mismatched.
match. As you can tell, I'm still not quite 100%, but the show must go on. And here I have in my handy dandy ammo box full of GoPro accessories, mounts, cameras, flashes, and other goodies. We have this handy dandy little kit that I got online recently. It's called a vlogging kit. And I'm not a vlogger. I've never vlogged before. In fact, it sounds dirty.
Not a vlogger yet.
I've vlogged, but I've never vlogged. But I'm putting this all together so that you can see what we're going to be working with this summer when we do these live remote shows from the boat or from the island or from whatever metal detecting adventure we find ourselves on. But isn't that neat looking? Look at this. It's a little handheld deal. It's got a light with 3 different
Bright light.
brights. Yeah, got a little boom mic here so I can, cut out the wind and all that stuff. But yeah, so we got this. So we're going to be doing live feeds from wherever we happen to be.
From all of our adventures.
Yeah. We might be doing a sunken boat recovery one day. We might be doing, I don't know, cell phone recoveries, boat cleanings. That's right, Eric. It's got 3 speeds, man. We're ready. We're going to do some fun stuff this year, and we're going to take y'all with us. I'm excited. I cannot wait. This is going to be a lot of fun. So what are some ideas you might have, Diana? You were talking recently about this gentleman on YouTube who goes around and talk about that for a second. What does he do?
Yeah, sure. So I just recently started following someone, like you said, on YouTube, and he goes on Google Earth or Google Maps, however you want to call it, and just finds things that look man-made.
Anomalies.
Yes, anomalies. Just anything that looks not natural. And then he goes hiking, or he does those e-bikes, which are kind of cool. He can go miles further than if he had just had like a regular mountain bike.
Or if he was walking.
Yes.
I hate walking.
Yeah.
But I hate walking, but I like hiking. Explain that.
That's an enigma.
It is, isn't it?
But yeah, he goes out and just finds whatever these anomalies are. And they can be anything and everything. Sometimes they're really cool. It's an abandoned town or just a very old shot up car. So he finds things that are interesting historically. And sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes it is just someone left a tent trashed in the woods. But it's still so much about the adventure. He vlogs the entire thing. So just hiking or biking out, he will, especially ponds. He loves just moving water or not even moving
water in general.
Water in general. So he'll actually take his GoPro on his selfie stick and stick it underwater so that everyone can see just kind of what's going on in these pools and lakes and rivers that he finds.
He must have a really long selfie stick.
It looks like it, yes.
I mean, how deep does he go? Does he like show you the bottom of the pond, or does he just kind of dip it in and say, look, it's water?
Well, it's interesting. So one of them that I saw actually really reminded me of that shotgun or attempted shotgun retrieval.
That's right. Let's talk about that job for a moment.
Yes. The plants were so thick that he was able to get the camera down less than a foot before it looked like he was looking at just solid ground. It was it just completely covered. But having dove in water like that before, I knew it was just plants that looked like the ground. And sure enough, he did eventually push the camera down through that. Instant darkness, could not see anything, dirt everywhere.
Yeah, you've experienced that, haven't you?
Yes.
That job was the only time we've ever taken the ambulance off-road.
That was definitely an adventure.
Shouldn't have done it, but we did, and
it was fun.
It was interesting.
And we made it.
We did make it twice. We made it through that. Going in and coming out.
Yep.
If they had told me from the start what was going to be involved with getting back there, we would have taken the 4x4 F-150.
They left a lot of information out.
Oh, yeah, they sure did, didn't they? And because of that, they didn't get their shotgun back.
No, because one of the first questions is there plant growth? What are we going to have to be?
That's one of the first things I asked them. Yeah, what kind of plants are there in the water?
And they said, there's not much.
Hunting for a camouflage shotgun with a camouflage sling in a
pond full of plants.
In a bush underwater.
Yes.
Yeah. Wasn't easy. We didn't get it done, but we still, gave it our best shot. We did everything we could to try and make it come true, and it just didn't. So
Oh yeah, we had the underwater drone out there. We had me underwater.
Yep.
We did try our hardest,
We
but
did. We did.
due to the circumstances, there's really not much anybody could have done.
You can't win them all.
Nope.
Now, how are you going to feel about diving during a radio show where I'll be filming you the whole time?
Oh, is that the plan?
That's the
so-
idea.
Okay, sure.
That's what I'd like to do.
I mean, I don't have to do any talking at that point.
No, you don't. But
I'll
you
just
know
be
what?
swimming around.
Ooh, we could film you with the drone
We could.
underwater. But I'm trying to figure out a way to get you on film underwater during the show. We'd have to use an old iPhone, huh? No, because it wouldn't transmit the signal underwater.
No, it wouldn't.
Oh, how do we do this?
I don't know enough about vlogging.
I don't know how we'd do it either. It'd have to be a hardwired internet signal somehow.
Or do any GoPros have live capabilities?
I don't know. I don't have any idea. I don't know enough about them.
What's a thought?
I
we can
know
look
enough
into.
about my GoPro to get in trouble, but that's about it. That's about as good as I am with it. We could do, what else could we do? We could do kayak trips.
Oh yeah, a lot of kayaking, paddleboarding,
Yeah.
just going and playing on the rivers in general, and
Yeah.
finding little coves and
Find a way to mount this whole little setup I have to my kayak, and we can get out there on the water and film an actual trip.
right.
I
I want
mean,
to
you
get
only get an hour of it, but still.
I want to get one of those like chest mounts. So that
I have one you can use.
Oh, okay.
In fact,
so-
I think it's in my handy dandy
in-
box right here.
All right. Well, once I have a GoPro, then use that chest mount and be able to have almost that 1-for-1 view.
Yeah. Today I was talking with Tiffany online on the phone, and I was setting up my vlogging kit and all this stuff,
Mhm.
trying to get it working, and I figured out how to switch the camera view on my phone during a live feed so that I can turn it around and film what I'm doing during the live feed.
Oh, cool.
And I've got a good friend named Eric Lee Osborne, who is supposed to be coming down next month from, I believe he's in Florida right now,
Oh, nice.
but
I
I'd
don't know
love
if
to
he'll
get
be
him in
coming
the.
down, but
That's the gentleman that's commenting on us right now. He tunes in every week. He loves watching the show,
awesome.
and I'd like to get him on the show. I think it'd be a lot of fun because he travels between Florida, Michigan, and Texas on the regular, and just because he gets tired of
Just
what
for
he's doing in
adventure.
Florida, so he comes to Texas for a while, and he messes around here for a month or two, and then gets tired of it, and he goes up to Clare, Michigan.
Sounds like a pretty great life.
I'm saying the dude lives for adventure, apparently, because he's always on a plane going somewhere. And there's another gentleman, George Hadaway, who we were supposed to have on a live remote a couple weeks ago in Nicaragua.
Oh.
But I haven't heard from him since, and I'm hoping something bad didn't happen to him down there because, all kinds of nefarious things take place in Central America and South America.
He's probably just on a grand adventure.
Well, I hope so. I hope he doesn't have his phone stolen or something crazy,
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, probably prefer the phone stolen over many other crazy things that could happen.
Right, kidnapping or etc. But we'll
That'd be at least
hopefully have
crazy.
him on the show soon
Yes.
to talk about some of his adventures. Right after I met him, he became enamored with the idea of scuba diving. So he went and got scuba certified, which I support completely, but
Of course.
he did it in freaking Tasmania, right? Like, who does that?
Oh.
I want to get scuba certified. I'm going to Tasmania to do it, an island off the coast of Africa. Like, what kind of
It is unique.
lucky do you have to be able to just be like, I'm going to pick this place on the globe and do my scuba certification there.
Be a very interesting one. I don't know much about it.
Right. The day I met him, I was looking for a pair of sunglasses for his aunt down on Lake
Okay.
Granbury. And I came back up with this. I had seen a huge catfish underneath their dock. And I mean, it was at least the length of this table, maybe a little bit longer. It was enormous.
Ooh.
And I came back up and I told him about it. And I think that's what spurred him to get scuba certified because he wanted to see it because he had been fishing there for years. He'd been trying to catch something that he said always stole his bait underneath the dock. Well, I can pretty much
That's
tell you what it
smart.
probably was.
That one right there.
Yeah, big old catfish. And when I came up, I told him all about it. And I swear within 2 weeks, he was scuba certified. It was crazy. Took you longer than 2 weeks, didn't it?
A little bit longer, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, getting it scheduled was kind of difficult, actually. The class that I was first supposed to take I think it was they ended up having a child taking the class, so they had to limit
I
how
remember
many,
that. Yeah,
they had to limit how many people at that point.
because they had to make sure they were dedicated to the kids' safety and making
Correct.
sure. Yeah, I remember that.
So yeah, we all got bumped back about a month, and then on one of my test out dives, it was a combination of we got locked out of the pool, and
I was there for that one too.
and then bad weather started coming in,
hmm
so we had to reschedule that one, and yeah, my entire class. We had an interesting time getting through it, but we did.
Speaking of bad weather coming, we got a mess of that coming tonight. As if we haven't had enough, but we need more.
Well, it keeps teasing us. It said yesterday, and then this morning, and
Yeah.
then this afternoon.
Well, we did have a little bit of rain this morning.
a little bit, yes.
The bow hatch on my boat leaked, so I know it rained.
No. Wake
But
up a little damp.
just a little bit, yeah. Got a little bit of a wet bed, but that's okay. I think tonight I'm gonna spread a trash bag underneath the lid of the bow hatch
Makes sense.
and see if that helps.
Man,
Man, boat life's hard. And something's always leaking.
yeah, I'm not sure if it'll be the. I would think it's the same thing. I actually repaired the roof of my travel trailer a couple months ago because I had a leak above my bed as well. So
Sucks, doesn't it?
I still have some of the repair stuff left over if you'd like to borrow.
What'd you use? What'd you fix it with? Let me guess. Flex Seal?
No, I didn't do that. I actually found like legitimate RV repair, and it acts like caulk, but it's actually in kind of a log form.
Acts like what?
Caulk. But it's actually in a kind of like a log form, so you just kind of press it in where you need it and then let it cure.
That's not what I want to use. Definitely not what I want to use. It's not the same stuff.
Oh, okay.
This is just a hole over my bed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, where it has a hatch that
I
lifts
had a
up.
seam leaking. Yeah, but a hole is a little different.
I
Then you can use the flex tape.
had to crawl through it today. I locked myself out of the boat. Normally, when I leave the boat, I check my hands and I make sure I have the keys with me before I shut the door and lock it. And today I walked out of the boat, shut the door, locked it. I went, oh, mother, beep.
Yep.
And so I had to climb around the outside of the boat and go in through the bow hatch. Luckily, I left it unlocked because I usually latch it.
I've done similar things a time or two.
Oh, I felt so stupid. And then I knew if I climbed up on the steps to get to the door, that I'd stick my arm over and drop the keys on accident. I'd be stuck inside my boat.
Oh God, no. That would be. I mean, I would have found you eventually.
Well, I'll just go at the bow hatch and go around again, get my keys and lock the door. But still, it would have been a pain in the butt. I was trying to avoid that, and I did. I was happy I did.
Good.
But anyway, live remote ideas we could do. I'm thinking about doing dock walks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where we take the vlogging kit and we walk all the docks at West Bay Marina and do interviews with whoever we come upon.
There are some very interesting people.
I'm saying we could hit up the fishing pier. We could hit up my dock. I can show off my boat. We could go see Chase.
Cleaned it.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. Thank you, by the way. It looks great.
Problem.
Chase has always said he doesn't want to be on the radio show, but if we took the radio show to him,
then he'd have no choice.
Yeah, I'm saying he wouldn't even know. No, I'm not recording anything. We're just, taking pictures. Yeah. He lives at the end of the dock. He's got probably the best spot on the whole lake as far as the view is concerned. But you know what? When the storms come in,
he feels it the most.
He gets a lashing on the end of that dock, man. Let me tell you, it gets rough out there sometimes.
I can imagine.
But he's got a good spot. He fought hard to get where he is. The last person that was there was happy to get out of there.
They didn't like being beat around as much.
Well, we were happy to get him off the dock. He's not there at West Bay anymore. He's over at Lake Country now.
Oh, okay.
I won't mention his name.
It's okay.
But his boat's name is the Floating Palace. So let's talk about for just a second your recent work that you've been doing. What have you been doing?
A lot of hole cleaning.
A lot of hole cleaning, huh? Summer's picking up. The season's picking up. People getting ready for, taking their boats out, getting on plane and having a good time. And what's the one thing that bugs everybody about having algae on the bottom of their boat?
The fish.
Carp. Yeah.
Okay, is it carp? I couldn't remember exactly which fish it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just hear them sucking onto the bottom of the boat.
And it sounds like at night, somebody's walking up and down your boat and tapping on it with a hammer.
Oh, really?
It's the most obnoxious thing in the world. When you're trying to go to sleep, I've come to enjoy it. I like it. I like the tapping noise. I don't know why, but it puts me to sleep.
There's a lot of things you just kind of get used to with I was by some train tracks the other day,
Mhm.
and I was having the same thought process, like, how annoying is this? But then there's people that live by them,
I live next to a set of tracks.
and they just get used to it. And at that point, they, stay somewhere away from the tracks for a night, and they have difficulty sleeping. So it just kind of becomes white noise at some point.
I can tune it out, but I hate it. I hate the train blowing, the horn blowing, especially at night. And you know what I found out? They don't blow on New Year's Eve. Not
Oh,
where we
really?
are. Not where I'm at. They just don't seem to blow on New Year's Eve.
Interesting.
It's wild. It's crazy.
Some kind of train conductor code.
I guess. I don't know. And I know there's a certain pattern that they have to use as they're passing through town. Like the train horn has to be blown at these intervals for these lengths of time. And it's a set, like
I knew there was some kind of
it's some sort
rule.
of a train horn Morse code. I don't know what it is, but they have certain criteria for I don't know I don't know how it's determined or what it means, etc. But I know it has to be blown a certain number of times for a certain period of time for each crossing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just trying to keep everybody safe, I guess.
Still obnoxious no matter what.
Yes.
Back to the topic. Like I said, staying on topic is not my strong suit. Road trips. We could do a live remote road trip.
Yes.
And I don't know where we would go yet, but I mean, it could be anything.
I mean, we go a little bit of everywhere for work
Right.
as it is.
And as the summer winds up, people can be on their boats more often because you can be out of school, etc. So we might do live remotes from the boat where we're actually working. You're doing search and recoveries, or maybe we're just chilling on the boat. Who knows? But I know driving to Burleson every Thursday for an hour on the show. That's an hour here, an hour on the show, and an hour back. That's 3 hours on Thursdays that we won't have at the lake. So we have to find a way to integrate things. That's what we're working on all this for.
All right. Sounds
We're going
great.
to try and find a way to meld everything together so that we don't have any interruptions in our show, because the show must go on, right? So
Always.
what are some ideas you have for getting wild, getting live?
I mean, just a lot of work wise is what comes to mind.
It doesn't even have to be work.
Well, I mean, just when we go on work road trips,
Mhm.
we don't just work. We go find just whatever water is local and go explore there.
Right. Like when we went down to Canyon Lake recently.
Yes. So I mean, we're doing a job in Canyon Lake, but that was far from all that we did. There's so much adventure in going to the different rivers and even just finding those little hole in the wall places.
A lot of interesting people too.
Yes.
You got to meet Vicky, and you got to meet Dory, and you've met Crystal. All these people that I get to dive with every time I go out of town. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You always get to meet somebody new who has different experiences to talk about and different stories to tell. And that's what makes a radio show interesting, especially a radio show about adventure. If you're not adventurous, what are you doing here? Right.
Right. And I mean, all the people that we're friends with and see on the road, they live a life of adventure. That's generally how we get to meet them.
Yeah. And I envy my own adventures sometimes. Like I look back on them and think, God, I wish I could do that again. And we will.
Oh yeah.
But I just wish I could be on an adventure all the time.
And
just never have to go home.
I like being home too. I want an even mixture. I want to go adventure and then go home to my bed and then go adventure,
How would we do this on a motorcycle, do you think?
Depending on how much gear we're needing to take, it really just kind of depends on what the goal is. Because the little vlogging gear, that doesn't take up much room.
Right.
But if we're planning on camping for a few days or trying to dive anywhere, trying to carry both of our dive gear on a motorcycle ain't going to happen.
No, I don't think diving is going to be something we're going to do on a motorcycle. I've thought about it before. I just don't think it's feasible.
No, not really. I definitely thought about it. I mean, in other countries, I have seen some crazy loads on little bikes.
I've seen a cow on a motorcycle with a person.
So I was gonna say,
maybe a calf. I don't think it was a cow.
Possible, but I'm not really sure how feasible it would be either.
I just don't want to carry tanks on a motorcycle. It just does not sound appealing at all.
No, you don't. You would have to have one on each side to even out the weight, and it just.
Just
Yeah.
not doing it.
Nope.
Just
Nope.
ain't doing it. That's a hard nope.
We have an ambulance for that.
Yeah, we'll take the ambulance, and you can ride the Harley behind the ambulance.
I mean, we could probably put the Harley in the ambulance.
You know, it will fit. I have measured it,
Nice.
but getting it up there would be tricky.
Just need a ramp.
I don't have a ramp.
That's so we need one.
I don't have one.
We can get one.
You know, we could buy an old retired moving truck that has a built-in ramp. That'd be the way to go, wouldn't
If anyone could find
it?
one, it would be you.
Do what?
If anyone could find one, it would be you.
Oh, I'd love to have an old moving truck. We could turn the inside into like an apartment.
Mhm.
That would be cool. And then have like D-rings in the floor so that we could secure the bike. We could ride it up the ramp and secure it to the floor, and then, you know, it won't fall over. I'd have to put up a camera so I could watch it from the cab, and I'd have to pull over every 8 miles to see if it fell over.
Yeah, I mean, that wouldn't be too hard though.
I'm almost better, but I just cannot seem to kick this nastiness in my lungs.
The lungs always take the longest, it seems.
You know, if I'd quit smoking, it'd probably get better quicker.
Quicker, yes. I mean,
I enjoy
lungs are
smoking.
still always the hardest things to
Right.
bring back, but quicker, probably.
I do enjoy smoking. I love puffing on my cigarettes. I don't know why. It's just, you know, of course I'm addicted to
It's
it.
a
I've been
comfort
smoking
thing.
for 25 years, but
Yes.
I just enjoy it. I love the way it feels. I like smoking. But I do need to quit. I need to get rid of it, and because that'll, you know, help me use less air when I'm underwater too. I'm an air hog.
Hmm.
I don't really care about air consumption. I don't pay attention to it. I don't, you know, of course, when the tank gets low, I'm done diving. But
Right.
in the course of my diving, I don't concentrate on conserving my air. I just breathe and do what I do. I got more tanks on the surface.
Exactly. I mean, and what we do is a little bit different than people who are trying to do long range dives or trying to
We're
do
not doing
cave
sustained
diving.
dives at 65 feet, looking at
Yeah, exactly.
wildlife and sharks and fish and all that. We're not doing that. The longest dive we do is probably a hull cleaning job or a phone we can't find.
Yeah, any of those that are, you know, jewelry, trying to find the little pieces of jewelry sometimes.
Right. We did a wedding ring search last summer. You remember that for Isabella?
Yes.
We never did find it. She was so hopeful that we would. And we spent something like 3 or 4 days out there.
I think it was 3. And that last one, a storm started coming in and we had to rush.
And we had to
back.
roll it up and get back. Yeah, I remember that. She was such a sweet lady.
Yes, she was.
I may hit her up this summer, this spring, and see if she wants to try
Take
again.
another crack at it.
I'd love to. I would love to get her ring back to her. It was her father's.
Yeah,
Wedding ring.
I know it meant a lot to her. It does mean a lot to her.
Absolutely.
You can still find it.
I think
Still
we could. It's going to take more time, more effort. I think we can find it.
Oh, for sure.
We just haven't yet. And I think I would like to try again. We could live remote that one and let you try.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Send
Maybe
you
my
down with
first-
the Garrett carrot.
My first crack at it.
Yeah?
Because I wasn't dive certified at that point.
No, you were just a deckhand, weren't you?
I was.
You were concentrating on knots and gear placement and putting our gear together for us and breaking it down for us so that you know how to take care of all of it when you got your certification. And it worked out well, didn't
That's
it?
right.
You learned a lot
Oh, yeah,
being
definitely.
a deckhand.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I would not have had it any other way.
Really?
Yeah, because trying to learn diving and on top of learning all of these other things, it's just a lot.
Right.
So breaking it up into smaller pieces, oh yeah, I definitely prefer it that way. That I was able to concentrate on this at that point, and then after I had the knots and the basics done, then I could concentrate on really learning about diving.
Getting certified.
Yes.
Well, you've done well. You brought yourself a long way. And I can honestly say that I wouldn't want to do this without you.
Thank you.
So thank you for that. And we will be back in just a bit after these commercials.
Let's be honest, wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value, yours free. The Feather Chair. The world's lightest wheelchair is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. That's 800-823-5826.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395. 800-709-4395.
Joco Community Radio. Listen live at jococommunityradio.com.
I don't like it.
Born to be wild.
We have a new commercial to read. Every time I memorize the commercial, they change it. I think it's intended that
Keeps
way.
it interesting.
I guess so. Joco Community Radio is a member of EMG, a radio and podcast collective, proudly serving communities like Johnson and Tarrant County, Texas. We are live 365 on the TuneIn Radio Network and on our station app. Check out our lineup and more at tuneinjoco.com. We thank our valued partners in helping us amplify the voices of our communities. You heard the commercials? Be sure to connect with Todd Hurd and Associates, attorneys at law. Use code JOCO2024 for 25% off your first order at thetiffy.com. And join the Swipe Nation today and save on your credit card processing at swipenationusa.com. Locally owned and operated. Reach out to Tiffany at joe.co at jococommunityradio.com for advertising rates as low as $50 a month.
Nice. That's
$50 a month.
Hey, that's less than I charge.
That's less than a cell phone bill to get your name out there and to make people know who you are and where you are and what you are and why you're doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
So are you Kim or Alyssa?
I am Alyssa.
This is Alyssa in the studio with us tonight. She is on the upcoming show
High
Tea with
High
Kim and
tea.
Alyssa. Sip it, spill it, savor it.
Yes.
So what's in your glass tonight, Alyssa?
Right now it's water, but it is considered my chaser.
You know, it looks like vodka.
Well,
'Cause it's
whatever.
water.
Don't smell it.
I've said that a lot of times.
No, what is it? I saw somewhere it said somebody goes, what's in your cup? And it's like they're water. They say, you say it's water, and they're like, looks like wine. I'm like, Jesus did it again.
Yeah. He loves a drinking man, doesn't he? Now I turn wine into water. I'm just the opposite.
I turn it into whatever I can.
No, I on its way out.
Oh,
I turn it into water.
Agreed. I do too.
So we're talking about doing live remote shows. Have y'all done one yet?
We haven't, but we will be doing one in May because my partner and I, we're headed to Florida.
Your partner,
Well, my
Kim.
Okay,
I didn't know if you meant your husband.
I know. You know what? In these days, you can't say partner because
Without questioning what it means.
Yeah, because people are going to be like, could you further explain that? No. My
What's her name?
bestie, my bestie, my ride or die. So we're headed as so we both homeschool, so we get to go to Florida when all the little other turds are in school.
Whereabouts in Florida?
We're gonna go to Fort Walton.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Right on.
So we've got a house that literally when you walk out in the morning with your coffee, you can just walk over a little bridge and be right there on the ocean.
That's an
Beautiful.
adventure.
Yes.
Look at this.
That's amazing.
This is a live remote little handheld deal.
He's busting out gadgets, y'all.
You have no idea.
So excited about the
But
new
look at
gadgets.
this.
Yes, that is fabulous.
So you could take one of these with you
Okay.
to Florida and do your live remote with one of these, and it would have the little wind cover for the microphone. And
That's amazing.
It's got this handy
Don't look at
dandy
it.
little light on it. It's got 3 different
Nice.
brightnesses.
Nice.
And it holds your phone there.
Now, does it have does it have like filters where it makes me look good and skinny?
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh yeah.
sweet. Okay, I'm in.
Those are
All the
built in.
things.
You are so full of shit.
I ordered 5 of these, so I have one that you can take with you. If you'd like to
Okay.
try it.
Okay.
Um,
Is there a rental fee?
no,
Okay.
of course not.
All right. All right.
No, we're here at Joco Community Radio. We're a family.
We are a family.
We want to build each other up and do the best we can for each
Exactly.
other's shows, right?
Yes, exactly.
So we're gonna let you borrow one of these to
Okay.
take with you to Florida.
I am so excited. You are setting us up for super success.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what it's all about. At the end of the day, isn't it?
Yes.
And
Oh my
learning from
gosh.
our mistakes.
Right.
100%. Oh my gosh.
We've had
Diana
some
and I were-
connection issues on live remotes in the past.
Yeah.
It
So we're
happens.
trying to avoid that now.
Yeah.
We got a new mobile hotspot coming,
Nice.
so we'll have 5G wherever we go.
Okay.
And we're talking about doing live remotes from our boat at Eagle Mountain Lake.
I love that.
It would be really
love that.
cool if you and Kim wanted to come out and do your own show from the boat.
Should we wear bathing suits and like have our tea pinkies out? Like
If you
the whole-
want to,
Okay.
it's your show. You can do
It
whatever you
will
want.
not be tea on the boat.
It'll be
Can't
probably
tea
rum
on the boat.
spice rum,
Oh.
and we'll be playing sea shanties in the
Okay.
background.
All right. I'm down. Yeah, we've already planned in Florida. We're locking all the man folk and children folk
Away.
inside, and we're going to be on the back balcony, like looking at the ocean. So
Right on.
yeah,
Cool.
we're gonna make a lot of people jealous.
I'll have to make sure and tune in for that show.
Yes.
You know, Blue Diver Search and Recovery has a special connection to Florida.
really?
Did you know that?
No, I did not.
We were at one time members of the 1715 Treasure Fleet Recovery Crew.
That's amazing.
You know about that?
No, I did not.
Do you know what the 1715 fleet
I've
was?
heard of it. I've heard of it. I don't
usually
know a whole lot.
Wear
But
a coin on my neck,
okay.
but I don't have it with me today.
Wow.
But Sebastian, Florida is my happy place.
Oh my gosh, that's incredible. So I have never been a Florida girl. Last year was my first time to oh God, where did I go? Really pretty I can't even think of it. It'll come to me later. It's the shot I had beforehand.
That's all right.
But yeah, we're going back again. I've never gotten to see the ocean so blue. My grandmother kept me on the Gulf Coast.
Ooh, yuck.
So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I've only ever really gotten to explore brown ocean.
Right.
So the
I
fact that
was stationed in Pensacola for a time.
that's where okay. Now that you said it,
White beaches and
yes,
brown oceans.
last year was my first time to Pensacola, and I was like, "This is what I've been missing my whole
Gorgeous
life."
there, isn't it?
So gorgeous.
Did you visit Fort Barrancas?
No, we did not.
You ought to check that out next time you go.
No, we stayed around all the bars. So like
So Fairfield Avenue,
yep,
Navy,
and then,
Navy Boulevard.
What is it? Pete's.
Pete's Dueling Piano Bar?
No, it was another. It was another Pete. Anyways, I got all the glasses. I got
Pete's
the
a popular guy.
he must be. I need to
Owns
meet
all the
this guy.
bars.
Yes. But no, there were so many good restaurants. And we really were just beach bums.
Beach bums.
Yes. It was like I got away from 3 boys. So I laid on the freaking beach all day with my margaritas. Because my cousin that took me, she has got a margarita business. So
Oh,
Hell yeah.
perfect.
we
Oh, yeah.
definitely brought the industrial margarita machine, and we were telling everybody at the hotel, like, we got margaritas. And everybody was like, yeah, we want to party with you. We're like,
Oh, definitely.
we can share a little,
We can share a little.
just
Sure.
a little, just a little. But yeah, Pensacola is gorgeous.
I learned how to surf during a hurricane in Pensacola, Florida.
That sounds like bull riding or
It wasn't fun. I thought it was
Doesn't
at the
sound
time, but
fun.
looking back, it was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
It was horrible. And then months later, me and a bunch of my friends were out at the beach with our boards. There was nothing to surf
Oh,
because there's
gosh.
nothing, there's no waves in Pensacola.
Yeah.
But we were just sitting on our boards and hanging out and having a good time. And we saw a Coast Guard helicopter that flew over us on the
Oh,
water,
gosh.
probably 150 feet off the water.
does that
Just
mean
really-
shark or dead people?
Well, we paddled back in after about another hour. We were, smoking things. And we paddled back in after about an hour, and we went into this beach. It was this bar that was on the beach there. And we said, what was with this Coast Guard helicopter flying so low over the beach? And the bartender said, "Oh, a little girl disappeared in the water today. They think a shark got her." I said, "You want to buy a surfboard?"
Oh
That was the
my.
last time I ever got on a surfboard. I'm not interested. I don't want to. I'm good.
Okay, you know what I would have done?
What?
I probably would have like profited off of the surfboard. I would have like gotten somewhere where you could take like a shark bite out of it,
Mhm.
and then I would have sold it like millions of dollars.
Nah,
It was there.
I was there, man.
I was there the day. But that's me.
That's where I got my 1,000-yard stare
Opportunist.
from. No, I wanted rid of it. Like, I don't want to go out that far
Yeah.
ever again unless I'm underwater.
No, that is super scary. And now I did see on the news the other day, there is some giant ass starfish like running around the beaches of Texas.
Really?
Like, oh yeah. And maybe who knows, maybe it's AI and it's all just bull, but they said it's a really big starfish and it's like on the beach. And I'm like, I have to do this,
I'll
I have to make the
The effects.
I
Of
have to
course.
do the effects. Not that anybody can see me, but you got to get the vibe of this giant starfish.
I just don't think I don't think it's true.
Probably not.
I don't
Probably
think
not.
I've ever seen a starfish bigger than my hand.
That's what I thought, but who knows? Hey.
I'm Googling it.
We
now
got to
'cause I'm
trust the
curious.
She's
government,
looking it
right?
up. Oh yeah.
Trust Google, trust Wikipedia.
I mean, I might as well Google
The
it.
thing about Wikipedia is that anybody can go on there and write
Oh, yeah,
anything they want.
Wikipedia, for sure.
So you're getting the best
Yeah.
information.
Just found that out like a year ago. I was like, oh, so I can go in there and add my own. Like, I am the daughter of Johnny Depp's grand
Yep, that's exactly what you could do.
Like, okay.
There
Like,
was a
I would make
scandal
myself
about
famous.
Wikipedia a few years ago that involved a college where a bunch of people had gone to Wikipedia and written verbatim what Wikipedia said about this French philosopher for a reporter and essay.
Yeah.
And then it came out that one of the students went in and fudged the Wikipedia to make
no.
everybody fail their exam just to prove a point. Don't use Wikipedia.
I've
And
even
it
heard of,
worked. It worked on a global scale.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of even like a professor doing that right before they give
Yeah.
an exam, they'll go onto Wikipedia and just mess
Totally
things
mess
up.
with people. That's good to know.
Oh yeah, Wikipedia can be changed by anybody, but I did find that it said straight from my nightmares, giant starfish in Port Aransas shocks the internet, and it was last summer.
Oh,
So-
crap.
Does it look real?
I mean, it looks real enough. I mean, there's actually video of it.
I
You-
can't. So I'm behind. That's what it
I
is. That's
guess
what
so.
we're finding out is,
Well, I mean, the internet is really great about that, especially Facebook.
yeah.
I mean, articles from years ago, and then they just feed it to you like this
Oh,
is
yeah.
the current
Well,
information.
what was it? Like 2 weeks ago, the video of at the Fort Worth Zoo, the gorilla that came out during lunchtime and almost charged two of the workers. That happened
Wow.
last October, and
Oh,
I
really?
guess like 2 weeks ago, it caught fire and grew, and everybody
yeah.
was like,
Are you
Did this-
talking about the one where the zookeepers were stuck in the enclosure with the gorilla?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So that literally happened last year, but for some reason, when it went like super viral on TikTok, everybody thought it just
Just happened.
happened.
Is that a Stanley Cup?
No. Have you
The
ever been?
cup.
Oh, the cup? No, that is Hobby Lobby $6.
Okay.
No, I can't afford one of them. I ain't got that bankroll.
I make fun of the people that have to have the Stanley Cup. There's
No.
people that have like 80 of them.
Yeah, no. I've met people that have like 50 to 100 Yetis, and I'm like, that's $80 a pop.
We get ours for free on the water.
People-
Everybody
my
drops
God,
a Yeti
yes,
every summer.
There you go. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
We
Yeah.
have a 5-gallon
Okay.
bucket on our boat full of sunglasses and Yeti cups.
That's amazing. Hey, if you find a green Yeti,
You want it?
I'm Irish through and through.
I've
Like,
probably got 2 or 3.
oh my God, that'd be so cool.
You'll have to come go through the bucket yourself.
I will
though.
totally go through the bucket.
Okay.
I'm excited.
All right.
You got me sold on the Yeti bucket.
Are you a diver? Are you a certified diver?
I'm not a certified diver. I'm a really damn good swimmer. I
Would
feel
you
like I
to be
could.
a diver?
Yeah.
Okay, so Blue Diver Search and Recovery has a hookup on anybody that wants to get scuba certified through DFW Scuba on
Okay.
Haltom Road in 121.
Nice.
$275 makes you a diver. And if you're going to Florida,
Mhm.
I think you'd be a fool not to do it. It takes maybe 3 weeks to get certified.
Okay. I will go home
and
tonight.
I'll loan you the gear.
I'm like, I'll go home and tell my husband. I'm like, let's go.
Do it.
So yeah, if he's a go, then I'm a go.
Okay, so go to DFW Scuba, speak with
DFW
Terry,
Scuba. Okay.
and tell her you want the Blue Diver special.
Okay.
And she'll make you a diver.
I feel so cool now.
She'll give you a superpower, teach you how to breathe underwater.
Yes.
It really is like a superpower.
I've heard that now. So Margot Robbie from the Barbie movie,
Yeah, all the
Suicide
things,
Squad,
Suicide
whatever.
Squad,
So
all those.
did y'all see the interview about her learning how to hold her breath underwater for 7 minutes?
I don't have a TV.
No.
So she bragged about this, like she had divers and she had people that helped her learn this. And there's a point where you get when you're holding your breath that like you convulse and it's your body doing whatever it's doing,
Trying
but
to
that
force
you
to take
can
a breath.
yeah, but if you don't panic, you can get through that mountain and you can stay underwater for another 4 or 5 minutes or whatever. She learned that. So she said that in an interview and I was like, you can stay underwater for 7 minutes. That is, she goes, I feel like that's my superpower. I was like, hell yeah. That is so cool.
There's a class of people, there's a I don't want to say it's a race of people. It's what's the synonym I'm looking
kind
for
of
here?
like a collection of people or a group or like a.
These are people. They're waterborne people that live in huts on the water.
Okay.
In I think it's Southeast Asia, but they can stay underwater for up to 11 minutes at a time fishing.
That's amazing.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
I mean, that goes against everything we do as divers.
Yeah, I can't. Like I know when I was little, I would go underwater and I would like. Me and my little cousins, we would have tea parties and we'd be underwater for a while.
Where you go sit on the bottom and do that?
Yeah, we just pretend like reading tea, and talking, and then we get to laughing, and then all of the bubbles go, and we lose it. But I've always been kind of a adrenaline junkie.
Same here.
Like 40 years old, jumped out of a plane.
Did you like it?
Obsessed with it.
Okay, so let me talk about that for just a second. People say I would never jump out of a perfectly good airplane, but here's the thing. The planes that make it to the skydiving school to ferry you up into the air, that's the last job that plane's ever going to do because it's on its last wheels. Like it's ready to be put out to pasture. It's ready for the boneyard. You're not jumping out of a perfectly good plane. You're jumping out of a plane that doesn't have any business flying anymore.
This is not a selling point.
I know. My point is stop using that as an excuse.
Okay, I see that. Okay, I can get on with that. For me, it was like, I need to experience something.
There's nothing in the world like terminal velocity.
There's nothing like it. That 1 minute that you are free falling.
It's a different level of freedom.
And you literally think, am I breathing? Am I literally breathing? And
Kimberly says she still wouldn't jump out of it. And I don't blame you to a certain degree.
I can't get her to do it.
Oh, man. I am terrified, freaking mortified of heights, okay? But I've jumped out of planes in the military, and I can handle that. It's not being up high that I'm afraid of. It's having a safe way down. Yes. Now, I mean, my buddy Kyle and I were talking a couple of weeks ago how we'd love to be the guy that changes cell phone tower light bulbs. And he goes, I wouldn't even bother climbing down. I said, neither would I. I said, I'd climb that thing with a parachute on my back, and I'd be done. As soon as I'm done, gone.
I've always been. You would stress out anybody watching you.
Do what?
Anybody that was watching you and didn't know, they would just be freaking out whenever you just suddenly fall from this tower.
I can see that.
They'll be planning a funeral when my parachute comes out.
Yes.
I was the one that the only thing that went wrong with my skydiving is so the guy attached to me, my tandem, he literally was Sam Elliott. Like if you closed your eyes, you were riding with Sam Elliott. He was like, come on, he had that voice. Well, when the free fall's over and they pull the cord, the rest is like just smooth, chill, you're relaxing. Right. Well, then he starts pulling on the cord and it starts going in merry-go-round circles. And I'm like, he's like, put your
shirt up over
your bandana thing up. And he's like, that's the only reason we have people wear neck gaiters is in case they vomit. And I'm like, son of a bitch. And so as soon as we landed, the land was smooth and soft like a pillow. But as soon as I stood up, I was like, bleh. All my friends were like, you okay? I'm like, I was great till he started swinging that shit around. I couldn't do it. So
that's too funny.
But other than that, no, I never had a fear, never had a problem. It was like just, and then I went parasailing in Florida.
Yeah.
And I was like, this sucks.
It's kind of boring.
Kind of boring.
Yeah, because you're tethered.
The only thing exciting was me and my cousin like way up in the air, and she's probably totally gonna hate me for saying this. We were like, we gotta pee. We've been drinking all day, and so we're like, screw it. Maybe nobody will tell. And so we pissed mile high. That was like That was the excitement.
Must be raining.
We're getting a rain cloud? Yeah.
There's not a cloud in the sky.
Open your mouth. Yep. So I'm an adrenaline junkie. My husband, I've told you, has a motorcycle, and I've only ridden with him for, a year. And I'm like,
what does he ride?
He has a Yamaha Striker.
Right on. Those are cool little bikes.
It's a good, he's really happy that was his first, but he got it for a steal.
Yeah.
I mean, a steal. It was white, pristine, perfect. And it's been a great bike to ride on, but yeah, I'm ready for my own. I'm like, come on. Mama needs her own ride. I need to quit looking at the back of the helmet, and I need to look at the road.
Right.
Like, I just want to be on my own bike. My, my podcast radio girl, Kim, I'm like, you okay with riding, bitch? She's like, yeah. I'm like, yes.
So
now the Yamaha Striker is like a small cruiser, right?
Yeah.
It's a very contoured, very flowy.
Yes.
But it has no backrest.
He put a associated bar on it
Did he?
for me.
Oh,
yes,
how
but
sweet.
it leans back good enough that I'm not like in his space. Like, I have my own space, and we've ridden it a ton of times. So, and his brother, his younger brother, actually works for Harley Davidson here.
Oh, nice.
Here in town. So, yeah.
Let me put a bug in your ear, okay?
Do it.
Look here.
I love all the bugs.
Look here.
Let's see.
Eventually, you're going to trade up to something big, fat, low,
He's
and
already
slow.
shopping. He's already shopping.
I'm telling you.
Yep. He's already.
There is
in
no
it.
more cleaner, more enjoyable, more relaxing ride than an electric glide.
Yep.
They call it a geezer glide because it's for old men, but you know what?
But Clint, we're at that level.
Hey, I like it. I love that thing.
I'm so ready for a comfy seat.
It's got big, cushy, fat leather back seat with armrests.
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm like,
honey, hush.
I'm ready for the comfy back seat. Like, my abs have gotten quite a good workout at the way I sit on his bike, but
and your legs too.
Oh god.
You got to hold on.
Well, his little brother has a Bolt, and it's a little bit smaller.
This is too small for me.
And I felt the inner thigh workout way more on that bike than my husband's bike. And then, I really want a trike because I'm clumsy and I will drop a bike. So
you think that.
Clint says that. My husband says that all the time.
Until you get used to the ground handling.
Yeah.
You think that. And you know what? You don't need a trike. They actually have something now called landing gear. Have you ever heard of it?
Yes, my uncle has it on his.
It falls out from the saddlebag.
Yep.
Yeah.
My husband goes, that's the old guy walker. And I'm
it
like,
is, but
it helps.
Hey, what matters is that your knees are in the breeze. That's all that counts. However you do it does not matter.
Yes.
As long as you're getting on the bike, have your knees in the breeze, that's what matters.
Yes.
How you do it is irrelevant.
Yep.
People gonna poke fun at you, but guess what? I'm here.
I don't see them on it.
Right.
And you know what? And I say this all the time, and I tell Clint, like, there's something that I can't seem to get over with the motorcycle community is the camaraderie.
Yeah.
Because it's so inclusive and it's so respected amongst rider versus rider. You don't see car drivers treating each other with respect like you do with motorcycles.
The boat community at Eagle Mountain Lake is the
it
exact
the
same way.
Oh.
Yeah. The big party tie-up, the big party they have in August, third Saturday of every August.
That's around my birthday.
You
Okay.
should come.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So you have people there with $500,000 boats, and you have people there on kayaks. But if you're there, you're part of it. It doesn't matter how you got there.
I love that camaraderie.
You should definitely come out for it. It'll be amazing. It's one of our busiest dive days of the year.
Oh my gosh.
We spend the entire day diving for cell phones and wallets, keys, bottles of liquor. I did a $700 bottle of tequila last summer that they opened it and hadn't even had a drink.
What about a wedding ring? Have you found
We've done wedding rings. We've done both of these bracelets came out of the San Marcos River.
Oh
I've got a bunch of rings that I wear. Thank you.
Okay, now I really want to become a diver.
Oh, man,
I need the treasures.
It will change your life.
I bet.
It will literally change your life.
I have scrolled down those TikToks where you got the underground divers, and I'm like, me and my middle son, we're so in it. We're like, look what they found. That's so cool. And we're like, finding old cars that, were from murders. Oh, that blows my mind.
Look up the Fort Worth Trio.
Okay.
That's something we've discussed on the show, and that's something we've dove on before.
Trio. Okay.
Also get on TikTok and look up Blue Diver Search and Recovery. That's us.
I feel like that's where it's all coming. I feel like that's what I've been on before. So that would make sense.
We have a TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
It's never boring.
I don't imagine.
But we have our own search and recovery vessel at Eagle Mountain Lake. It's got 2 different types of sonar,
awesome
tank storage, extra gear, redundant gear. And it's
So much
just,
gear.
it's a dream come true.
How many times have you been asked, have you found Jimmy Hoffa?
Not yet. None yet. We have found bodies, just not Jimmy Hoffa's.
Oh, I can imagine. Just don't find the ones that I hit. Okay.
I can't make any promise. Just don't tell me where they are.
Actually, no, I think it's safe to say I'm a really good gardener. So
Are you?
we don't have to worry about them being in the ocean.
Fertilizer, huh?
Yeah, my husband is very nice to
Got
me.
your own wood chipper, do you?
Better believe it. I got good, strong shovels and some really good composting skills.
What do they say? Is plant an endangered plant on top because then they can't dig it up?
They
Right.
can't dig it up.
That makes sense.
I
doesn't it?
mean,
Yeah, anything protected, then they can't dig it up.
I've heard
Right.
that. I've heard that. Yeah, I take all that into effect.
But where are you supposed to buy an endangered plant? Because you're not allowed to engage in
Amazon, Etsy.
Of
Well,
course.
actually, you can. There's a cactus that I was looking at the other day. that
Mescaline?
it isn't
Peyote?
No.
Peyote.
I don't do those things. But just
You don't do that, do you?
Hang on. Have y'all seen the documentary about the LSD, the peyote, the guy that does it? That
I
he's
have
like,
not yet.
he literally goes in and tells you how LSD and all the things are actually helpful for depression and
Oh,
anxiety.
definitely.
And they think everybody should be doing it.
You
I'm
know
like,
what?
Oh yeah.
My husband's like, it's said to do mushrooms. Okay.
I don't want to say too much, but I'm a walking, talking example of how psychedelics are great for depression. You'll never see me not smiling.
There you go. See? Just saying. I'm saying there's a documentary about it, and it's
Oh, yeah, I mean,
it
it's
was
legal
very
in some-
enlightening.
Yeah, it's legal in some states now.
It is.
Hey,
using
Katie. Good to
therapy.
see you. Thanks for checking in.
all right. I love it.
My good buddy Eric would probably be a good candidate to have on to discuss
All the things.
all the things
yeah.
that help with depression.
All the adventures.
We have to try our fair share. I'm
Well, I
just
mean,
saying.
Joe Rogan got where he is somehow, didn't he? And he smokes weed on air.
Yeah,
We can't do that here.
I know. Not yet.
Not yet.
We're
yeah.
working on it. We're working on it.
The DEA is said to be rescheduling or thinking about rescheduling marijuana currently.
Okay.
We'll see if it happens.
I mean, it's already here.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
It's already here. I can't say we.
I'm just extremely surprised we haven't figured out a way so that the state makes money off of it. Because they would.
I know
Oh, they will.
everybody around
They
us
will
is
eventually.
rolling in it.
Yeah.
They're rolling in it.
Yeah. Look at all the school districts and all the states that it's
Mhm.
legal.
That's
and you will
right.
see a huge difference in the community.
Definitely.
Well, we're about to wind down.
Thanks
here.
for having me.
It
Thanks
was
for
a
like
pleasure to
just
have you in.
letting me come in and Shanghai you guys a little bit.
It was fun.
Fun surprise.
We were without much of a topic tonight. We were just kind of freewheeling it, kind of cruising along, and I'm glad you showed up.
Hey, I'm a little scared about this subject coming up. We're talking all those weight loss shots and stuff, so it's gonna be a big topic.
You know about Ozempic butt?
We're gonna be talking about it. We're gonna be talking
All
about
right.
it
Well, thanks again for coming in. It was good to have you on the show, and we'll see you next week.
next week.
From Burleson to Venus and Grandview to Godley, this is the voice of Johnson County, Joco Community Radio.
If you're trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into